Okay, this is for BamBamPost.com. Explanation. I've been getting a lot of people wanting me to define it. I am going to stand up, only because I like to, and hopefully you can see me in there. Anyway, Bam Bam Post is a positive posting website. It's strictly based on a screen name and positive events, positive music, positive artists, actors, movies, photos from all the way around the world, from everybody, 7.45 billion people. I don't want to put on there your name, your real name, your email, your phone number. I don't believe that I need that for you to post something that's positive in your life. Like, you're alive today and you love your life and you saw your children for the first time get up and do something that they've never done. They let's say they walked today. That's a positive event. And you can post that. But we don't need your name and your email and your phone number, because first of all, for what? I'm not going to sell it, and I'm telling you now, I am the CEO of the company. I designed the site to only be based for positive events around the whole world, for us to vote on all these things that people like, whether you're in China or whether you're in Australia or Paris, France, Switzerland. It doesn't matter where you're at. You can vote on it by just pushing the BAM button and saying I like it, and you post something on there. And as in what comes in when you do that, well, if it's something positive, obviously I'm going to put it on there and post it on there for you guys to see that somebody said this, that, and then some. And you know, the way our privacy information is getting sold today is off of apps and off of other websites. Okay, you say one thing, and then the next thing you know, it's an ad on there on Google or whatever it is, whatever website, Instagram, Twitter, all the rest of them. Bam Bam Post was designed for children that are in the need of wanting positive information, positive events, positive places. You know, you can't have 7.4 billion friends on Facebook, because at the end of the day, you could probably block, 5 billion of them, I guess. I don't know. But again, I don't need a server for all of you guys to just sign up. And what you could do is put your screen name in there. When I say sign up, a screen name, and if you want me to have your phone number so I could verify you, that's fine. We'll do that. But the side of Bam Bam Post is that you get to post positive events, pictures, and photos and music that you like, and that way you can decide what it is that you really want to listen to every day. I'm not going to ask you for your email. I'm not going to ask you for your phone number or your full name or address or any of that. I believe that's your personal private information, and you should keep it that way. Our children need to grow up with positive events, positive moments that have meaning, and those moments could be created on a site that from around the world, whether you're in China or in Asia. You have an event that takes place in your life that you liked and that you turn around and you feel positive about it. But I'm not going to sell any information that you have, because I don't want it, and I don't want all your friends' number, and I don't think the world wants to see that, and I don't think you want that out there anyway. So when you say that your name is so and such, a screen name, and you put on there a positive event, then what we do with that is put that inside the website, or some music that moved you, that gave you that edge of life, where you turn around and it enlightened you. It brought you from a point that you were at to another point, which music does that. Movies do that. And events do that. And so our children can stay as children if we all work together on positive events and positive moments from around the world. All 7.45 billion of us are included. And again, I don't want your email. I don't want your name. I don't want your number. You're not gonna have 1,000 friends on my website or on the website, okay? And I imagine it'll probably be sold off eventually to continue it, because it is such a great idea. And so what I do is I go through it myself right now, but I imagine the code will get written. However, when you talk about a positive moment in someone's life, there's 2 million blind people that don't talk to the other person. The left hand's not talking to the right. Well, this enables them that they can turn around and hear their friend speak that's in a different world, or a different, someone else that's blind over in Asia or China. They can now communicate together, and they don't even got to be friends. They just have to be screen friends, and they can see it on there, and then that way they can talk to each other. And it's a form of communication, if you will. And it's to where all of us are included in this, because right now the technology is going so fast. Children are on Facebook and all these other websites giving up all our information, and it's getting sold over to other ad companies, marketing and advertising companies, and it's going constant. It is a constant form of these guys, the way they make their money. What I would do is get rid of all that and then just have your event posted. So if you come out to the Arizona desert and you had a great time, a fabulous time, because you love life, and you put it on there. I love life. Went out to Apache Lake, and it was fantastic. You guys should go out and see it yourself. The country out here is beautiful. Now, if that event went on there, I could put it on there, and somebody that does stuff out here in the desert, or guides or tours, might want that, and that's okay. That's okay for them to buy that ad, because 100,000 people went out to the wilderness or whatnot and did that. And so that would be okay. But your personal private information, I don't care for it to be on Bam Bam Post. And the reason why that is because I feel that we should keep that secured and not in the form of the public. And so, if you ask me a question saying, do I know that there's information being sold that's on there? Well, there's no name on there other than mine, and I'm the creator of it. And and when I was a kid, I had a good buddy named Brad. He's up in Mount Lake Terrace. He used to they started calling me Bam Bam, and I used to cover my desk with ads from magazines. I cut them out and I tape them to my desk, and they were inspiring ones. And so as I went from 3rd grade up to 6th grade, the teacher, Miss Rubar, she had put paper over my desk, and I put it on there after coming back from a vacation with my family, and she never met me at all. And then she realized at the end of that was I covered the desk daily and weekly and monthly and throughout that school year in inspiring ads, things that I saw in magazines, old magazines that they were going to throw away, and I put them on there for people to see. And this is one thing that came out. It was like a bam bam, like click click. So that's where that comes from. Post, as in Bam Bam Post, as in positive posting site, website. Okay, and that's all it is. It's not rocket science. It's not to where it's going to get to be to where you see eventually your information needs to be on there. I'm not creating a tap button that says you get to like it. I like to love things, not like things. And it's to where you bam it, as in like you love that song, you love that post, you love that event that took place, or you want to go and you want to find information about it. That's kind of what it's set up for. And so I want you to get this notion out, and I wanted you to get a better understanding of why I created the site. 30% of that site goes towards the ads you see on the side, which is Make-A-Wish Foundation, St. Jude's, Global Humanity. There's a lot of other ones that are going to be put on there eventually, and the lupus one. And my mother has lupus, and so there's things that I put on there because I'm going through those experiences with my mother, or with my family, or with friends that I know and that I have, and children that I've seen. So I put them on there for everybody, for the world to see, because I want as much help as we can get to keep children as children, and not get them to where they're carrying an iPad at 4 years old and they're going like this, and they look at it like it's just something normal, like it's a new toy. And by the time they turn 6, they're already typing code. And to me, I love children, and very smart ones. I've seen a few on TV, and it comes back to where we can't raise our kids to where they are adults by the time they're even 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 years old. We got to keep them as kids. I mean, when I raised mine, I took away the TV. I didn't take it away. I couldn't stand seeing my children play in front of it. And so I didn't let them watch TV. They always asked, we watched movies like Cinderella and Bob the Builder and stuff, things with the family. And those matter because, when children can stay as kids, then as they grow up in our society, they realize as they get older, when the decisions have to be made after they become a great decision maker, because you've trained them for the years in your life, then they can see that they can say something positive to somebody else. They can pay it forward to the next person. And that's what the site is created for, okay? And again, 30% all goes towards those donations of all the sites that are on there for kids, for children, for leukemia, cancer, blindness, deaf. Again, this is me doing something about it because I wanted it to create something positive so my children can look at it, my great-grandchildren or children that are not even born yet, they can come into this world knowing that it's a positive world. And, life throws enough negativity at us, okay? So we don't need no more negative sites. We don't need any sites that will let you post negative things. And if you're a negative poster, well, then you should find Facebook, because they let you do that. And, I saw the thing on the news about him answering questions, and I'm at that point where this is why this video had to come out, because Bam Bam Post isn't Facebook. It isn't Snapchat, if you will. It isn't the other sites that you have out there, okay? Bam Bam Post was created for positive, straight-up posting. That means you're a great person. You're going to get up today. Your heartbeat's going to go a little faster because you probably heard this video or you heard something about it. And you're going to be smiling through the whole day. And that's a good thing, because you could be down below dirt and be all upset, mad, and angry and do whatever it is you want to do throughout the day. But if you get up in the morning and you have a heartbeat and a breath, as I said before, then you have a life. You're alive. You can do something with it, something significant to this world. You could tell somebody that you love them in a second, and you could take 5 minutes out of your day, being that you're so busy, and you could let them know that, and that would be special to them. And you could pick that phone up that you wouldn't call that person in years because you're afraid that they're going to do something to you, or the tiger's going to come through the phone and bite you or something, which, again, if the notion in your head is negative, stay positive with what it is you have in front of you. The facts are that you're alive, you have a heartbeat and a breath, and you have the right to deserve to be that way the rest of your life. And we have so many things in this world that take that away from us. And, it's the average stuff that we do daily that does that. And I'm not here for that. What I'm here to do is give you an opportunity to understand why this site got created for me and why I got disturbed again. And when I get disturbed, I take care of something. And so, I don't want to block nobody. Everybody's included. I don't want to have to say I like that person, or that person's my friend, and that person has all these other friends with emails and phone numbers, and they're creating a database for all that and then eventually going to sell it. That's not this. This is not that, okay? This is just a straight up screen name site that says if you got something nice to say it. If you got a beautiful song, like that one that Luke Bryan came out with I believe Children Ought to Be Children, and lots of other beautiful songs that I've heard and that are on the site. I put them on there because those are beautiful songs and for beautiful people. And I believe all you guys are beautiful, and you have that inside you. And so the website's created as in for children, adults, and older people. When I asked everybody when I was creating it, why don't you have a Facebook account? And they said it's too difficult and too many people, too many buttons, too many applications. What I did was simplify it to the point to where all you got to do is just say something. If you say something nice and you want to post it for the world to see, now you have a voice. You have a voice that everybody can hear, okay? And whether it's an artist that comes out with a beautiful song that has meaning to it, that comes from the heart, and there's lots of them out there. I could go on and on about them because I love music. And at the end of the day, I want to see something positive for the child that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, to know that it doesn't matter if that child's in Asia or if they're in China or in Paris, he or she has a place that she can listen to and watch her cartoons on, or even see a good positive music that might move her or move them. And you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about them trying to punch something in that's going to get on there and be like, oh my gosh, they posted this. There's none of that on there. Everything that you put on there would be looked at, and if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't show that that you have some heart, if you will, or compassion and some passion for life, then why would I put it on there? And then so it won't go on there. So I want you to understand that, it's in the works and in the making, and I'm dealing with some things on it, but I'm going to work through those things myself, or with a team of people. What it is it's linked to the KISS, the Keep It Simple Survival, abc.com, Always Be Creating Destiny. Well, that was part of me trying to give back, not trying, going to give back to the kids. I raised two myself, as I said, and as I've watched them grow up, I realized how quick life is so fast. One moment they're 1 year old, the next moment they're out and moving out and trying to become an adult. And believe me, it goes like that quick. It's something that we all need to slow down every day and look at our children and know that it's our responsibility to keep them as kids, not to get them to go out and be, a scientist at 12 or 13 years old, or Doogie Howser or something like that. I'd rather see them play in a field that they've never even been at, or with toys and toys, real toys, building blocks and Legos and stuff, or go to Disneyland or Disney World, stay as children. And it's what I tried so hard to do for my children as I raised them. And it was a blessing that I got to see them smile every time when they saw Snow White and they went to Disneyland and Disney World. It was one of the most positive moments in my life, and I wish I would have had a videotape at that time and recorded. I have pictures. I could post those pictures on there in the event that I want to, but this isn't about me. This is about all of us. Again, it's a positive posting website, straight up. If you got something straight up positive posting to say, whether it's music, a movie that you make that moved you, like The Notebook was one that moved me, Serendipity was another one that moved me. Lots of movies, lots of great actors out there. I could go on and on about them, and I would probably post them all on there. But I'm not selling the information that you're doing. What I'm doing is creating an ad that says 100,000 people liked, Keith Urban, if you will. Okay, I love the actor, the artist. He sings fabulous songs, and you got 100,000 people or 100 million people that liked it, or not liked it, loved that song. Well, then he would know that, and then that's what inspires all those people was his music, which inspires like me and you. And other songs that come out. Yeah, if you got something that's inspiring, like an artist, and believe me, the artists that I put on there are coming from me because I've had to take the lead and put on there my feelings, or the things that people that have inspired me the most in life. And when you're at the bottom, or you're facing a wall, a big brick wall, you need to build a big ladder, obviously, but you need some things that can inspire you. Your pictures of your family, children. Go look at children inside the hospital, and see what they're up against. They have born on death dates, and they don't even get to see Disneyland and Disney World or anything like that. Where you have 2 feet and you can talk or you can see. And if you can't, then get to where people will help you, because that's what it's about. That's what we're all here for. Okay? And as in Keep It Simple Survival, this is for humanity, so we can all work together on saving lives when we do have a catastrophe. Especially here in America, we do so much for other countries, but for us as Americans, it's about us to create a country that is a giving country in the form of thinking ahead, just being prepared in the event something happens. And part of that came from just over the 42 years of my life of always having to prepare for tomorrow. And so, and the next day and the next day, and so, I'm a simple man, okay? I didn't grow up in a big house. I didn't grow up where, my mother raised me and my brother that had passed. And so I grew up in a little town up in Washington called Mount Lake Terrace. And I still have I have a group of friends that I'm still friends with today. And at the end of the day, you can ask them. I wasn't handed a silver platter, okay? I've had to work for everything in my life. And getting up here and doing this is something that is new to me. I'm not a rocket science when it comes down to trying to explain to you and open you up a little bit to get you to understand that there is a positive thing in your life. Your heartbeat is beating every day. The sunlight took 8.4 seconds to hit my skin today, and that is a blessing at the speed of light. There are so many things in this world. There's 7.5 billion people. We can talk to all of them on one site, and as long as everybody works together on talking positively, then we can make it to where we all communicate together. There's obviously 218 languages out there, so I can do things in 218 different ways, just in the languages that are going to be posted on there for the people that are in different countries. However, if you speak 218 language, that's fabulous. You ought to get a great job for that. But for me, it's about communication of us humans and us humanizing the world to where we all work together. You know, we might live in America where it's free, freedom of speech, and freedom to build a big company and then sell all the information and become a bazillionaire. I got it. It's great. It looks fabulous. But for me, it doesn't work, okay? I like to keep information private for one simple reason. We deserve that as Americans. Our Congress had expressed that this last couple weeks. And what I stress on the most is Bam Bam Post will never ask you for your name and your email and phone number and ask you if we could sell it or if there'll be in the conditions and terms that it says that we will. I don't care to, okay? What I care is if you have something nice to say, then you can say it. If you have a beautiful song, then you can play it. If you have a beautiful movie that you want on there, then you can put it on there. And again, this is coming from me and my heart and my life and my situation. It's not coming from all the things that I went through, my experiences with surviving. You know, I used to think that going to school was something that was for like socialism, and we socialized a lot of times at school. I could tell you many stories. Now it's like we all go around with our phone in our hand, and you don't even talk to the person next to you because they're sitting there typing on their phone, texting and all that stuff. They don't communicate that well with everybody else. And that's our technology, to the point to where we're not even noticing the person next to us because we're so busy typing on our phone or trying to find out information. And so what I would like to do is bring it more human-like together. That's where Bam Bam Post came in, okay? And it is a positive posting, straight-up website for the whole world, for all 7.5 billion people. And it's going to get better and better and better, and I imagine it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, but it will never be sold to the point to where your information will be needed. Your credit card might be needed if you want a better account. None of that needs to be on there. There's not going to be a block button. There's not going to be ads on there or games on there for you to play. You know, if you want those things, you know, buy a Nintendo or something, or buy an Xbox, I guess you'd say. I personally don't waste my time with that stuff, but at the end of the day, if kids want to play that, then they can play that. I personally didn't like that for my children. I said, you can play with the building blocks and the stuff out in the dirt. And they did, and they loved it. And chalk and crayons and that kind of stuff. But, you know, for a positive person that's sitting there and he's looking at, you know, he's got 2 years to live. How would you feel? You got 2 years to live and you already know this, and you're sitting there in the bed and you see all the bad stuff on TV. They got the clicker and they're clicking across the screen and they see all this other stuff. And they've already know that they're not going to be able to see what's beyond that 2 years because they got a disease that doesn't have a cure. And you're over there sitting on your couch watching, you know, something, and your kid's outside playing in the sand or whatever it is, and you're not doing nothing about it. And that's something that, for me, I couldn't sit there no more and do nothing about it. So I got up and designed that site specifically for positive posting and for the world, not just for me, not just for one artist or anything like that. And if you have love in your heart for the life of humanity, for the life you live, and for your children and family, well, then you have something nice to say. And I assure you that I will gladly see it and put it on there for you. And I don't need your name, I don't need your friends, and I don't need your family on there, or to know them. You can, obviously, they're all going to get an account, and they can turn around and post. So I did this video strictly based on both sites because I'm bringing them together for one, and the one that comes together is all of us as one positive posting website that doesn't require you to have any information on there, and you don't need to. I'm not ever going to get a servers in Sweden somewhere and store all your information and tell you I'm not going to sell it, or tell you I'm the CEO and I don't know nothing about it. I don't know. I'd have to get back to you. I am the CEO of the company. I'm the creator and founder of it. We don't care for your information. We don't care if you block 10 people on Facebook. That doesn't, it's nothing to do with us, nothing to do with the website. This is if you get up in the morning and you love your life and you have that deep passion towards life itself, just having a life, a heartbeat and a breath, and that knows that you can change it, then you have something that most people don't want to even think they have inside them. You have the ability to get it out of you. You have everything you need to do it on your own. I know I have, because I wasn't handed this stuff, okay? I had to work hard, learn every day, and grow every day, and change my sales every day, and my approach as well. And sometimes my perception was off, and I had to reconfigure. I've had to go back and forgive the things that I didn't do right and the disappointments in my life that I've had. Everybody does. These are things that are normal. But the love for life and the love for positive posting came from a lot of different things that I kept seeing. You know, people always having a pity party, always being bitter. And I'm just over it. I was just over it, and I just didn't need it around me no more. And I didn't want it to where you guys, it would continue. I didn't want it to continue. And that's where this came from. That's where it originated. And that's where I want it to be for you guys to see that this is a change, a movement of change from going from what we are used to where we're going to go in the future, so that way kids have a place to look and they can see something positive to the next kid. Those children inside Children's Hospital, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the St. Jude's Foundation, the Lupus Foundation. There's millions of people that don't talk to each other that have the same disease. Or the same kind of faults, if you will, and we need to work together on getting them communicated so that way they can all talk, and just like you and I are talking right now. And I'm not here for you to say that, you know, my ego is this big, or I'm greed, or I envy anybody. Okay, these are things that I don't do. Withhold judgment on anything that you don't know what the facts are. I know that I was handed a Social Security card. I was handed a birth certificate. Those are facts. I know my mother called me my name my whole life, so I know my name. When it comes down to my friends and my family, those are facts again, and I like facts. And the fiction side of life is just knowing that if you do anything after seeing this video, if you feel anything after this video, I want you to get up and do something. Get up and make a move. Get up and shake someone's hand that you don't even know. Say hi to somebody. Smile at somebody. Smile at somebody that you've never even met. See if you can enlighten their day. Play a song that you've never heard before that might enlighten you. There's plenty of them. There's so many beautiful songs out there. I love them all. And at the end of the day, find what moves you. Find what will move you from where you're at to where you got to go. And every day you got to do this. Repetition of your conditioning starts now. Starts today. Starts when the sun took 8.4 seconds to get from where it was at to your skin, and it is blessing you with that. So let's just take a moment and thank the ground we walk on. Thank our U.S. troops, Marines, our Constitution. God bless America and all of our friends and families and everything else. And I want you to know that I'm all for doing this until you guys get it, because it's something that is a deep passion of mine to make sure that you guys understand that I'm one that doesn't give up. I don't believe in that. My mother raised me with no can'ts, no ifs, no ands, no buts, no failure is not an option. Those are how I was raised. So you should take some traits or some learning experiences with what you've learned already, and know that you have a heartbeat and a breath. You can do something. You can contribute to life, to the greater good in life. You can make it significant in your life. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it be a necklace that somebody's never seen and you give it to a child, or you sell them out on the corner, and now you're going to be worldwide in some way. Okay? I would like to slow down a little bit when I do talk, but the video is only so fast, and I only have so much time to go over this. So I hope that maybe you can speed up with me on it, or your learning curve can, if you will. So again, keep it simple. Survival, always be creating destiny, was set up for saving human lives. We are going to be hit with some things this year that we need to protect our children, our wives, our families, and many other human life that is out there. As Americans and as America, we are in that mode that we must start doing something about it. So this is me starting something about it. As in the passion that I have for it. Well, you know, when you see life around you everywhere, you live in it. So just know that that's where it comes from. It comes from my heart. And if you have something to say to me, you can easily say it on my site. You can email it. You know, you can call me directly. I'm not afraid for you to call me. And just understand one thing, that you're very well loved, and we love you. Okay? The world loves you and wants you to do something for it. So take a moment, take an hour, and breathe, and understand where you're at in your life. And just know that you're that special of a person, and that you have the ability inside you. You just got to release it out. And make that phone call to your family and tell them that you love them. It's a very well thought out thing, but you never know, because we're not promised tomorrow. None of us are. But I know right now the sun is shining down on me. It took 8.4 seconds to keep hitting my face. And I know this video might be a little long and a little out there when it comes down to all the things I just explained. But I thank you again, and I'm very grateful for anything that you guys have ordered or even put your name on that list to get a bucket or to post something positive to somebody, to anybody, to your mother, to your grandma, to your grandpa, to someone you've never even met before. And have a fun time doing it. Don't forget to smile and thank the stars above. Okay? So, Bam Bam Post, and my name's Dave Bissell, okay? That's a little bit about me, and keep it simple survival, abc.com. Always be creating destiny, and make meanings behind every moment that you live, because that's what matters in life. Okay? Take care. God bless. David out.